Nobody really talks about how friendships end. Not the dramatic kind, not the big argument, not the falling out where everyone knows what happened. I mean the quiet kind. The ones where you slowly realize you're no longer part of the group. Where nothing technically went wrong, yet something is clearly gone. And what hurts the most is that there's no moment you can point to. No explanation, no closure. Just distance. The weirdest part about being left out is that nobody actually tells you. You just notice things. Plans you weren't invited to, conversations that keep happening without you, inside jokes you no longer understand. You still see their names on your phone, you still follow each other, you could still text them, but yet something feels off. It's not rejection in the obvious sense, it's absence. And absence messes with your head more than honesty ever could. Friendships rarely end all at once. They fade. Replies get shorter, time between messages stretches out, hanging out turns into we should catch up sometime. At first you assume it's temporary. Everyone gets busy, life changes, schedules don't line up. So you wait. Then weeks turn into months, and suddenly the version of that friendship you remember no longer exists. Not because someone decided it shouldn't, it just stopped being fed. One of the hardest things is watching people you once felt close to continue their lives without you. Same group, same energy, same bond, just without your presence. You see it on social media, photos, stories, group moments. You're being left out. And even if you're genuinely happy for them, there's still that quiet question sitting in your chest. What happened to me? That question never stays simple. It turns into self-analysis. Was I too quiet, too distant, not interesting enough, or too replaceable? You replay conversations, you rethink jokes, you wonder if there was a moment you missed where everything shifted. And the worst part is that nobody confirms or denies your thoughts. So your mind fills in the gaps on its own, usually in the harshest way possible. What nobody prepares you for is that people grow in different directions. Not better, not worse, just differently. Some people want constant social energy, some need space, some change priorities, and some even stay the same. When growth no longer aligns, the connection weakens. That doesn't mean anyone failed. It just means the friendship belonged to a specific chapter. Friendship loss hurts in a quiet way. There's no script for it. No songs, no clear support system. People understand heartbreak. They don't always understand missing friends. You're expected to move on without grieving, even though you lost pretty much shared history. Versions of yourself that only existed around them. There's a specific loneliness that comes from realizing you don't fit where you used to. You still care, you still remember, yet you feel invisible. Not hated, not unwanted, just irrelevant. And that realization can change how you see yourself for a long time. You know, you have to accept that not all friendships are permanent. Some friendships are seasonal. They carry you through certain years, certain versions of your life. They aren't meant to last forever. Even though they might have felt super special. That doesn't make them fake, it makes them honest. The pain comes from expecting permanence from something that was always temporary. You have to learn not to chase what already left. One of the hardest lessons is knowing when to stop trying. Not because you don't care, because forcing closeness only creates resentment. Sometimes the most self-respecting thing you can do is step back. Not with bitterness, with acceptance. Very important, what was also very important for me, is finding peace in being alone again. Being alone after losing friends feels uncomfortable at first. There's silence where noise used to be. Yet silence also creates space. Space to meet people who align with who you are now, not who you used to be. Space to reconnect with yourself without performing for a group. If you're feeling left out right now, there's nothing wrong with you. You are absolutely not behind. You are not unlovable or easily replaceable. You're just between chapters. Some friendships don't end with words. They end with distance. There's no closure. And learning to accept that is part of growing into yourself, even when it hurts.